Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Raylo,
And sashimi.
and we are here with Milo. Just for you guys, a quick update on his health. He's doing much better. He actually was at the early stages of diabetes, but we caught it just in time that we can just we don't have to give him insulin, we can just change his diet, and he's been doing much, much better. He's just got some shaved bits on his arm there.
Yeah, got boots now.
Alright, so let's get into it. We're going to be opening up today the new Final Fantasy VII Remake trading arts. This is a set of 5 figures. As you can see, we've got pretty much the entire main cast. Unfortunately, not Red 13. I was really hoping we'd have Red in here, but unfortunately it was not the case. This is actually, speaking of case, this is a pretty inexpensive set. You get all 5 figures on at least AmiAmi, which is where we get all of our stuff. We're not sponsored by them or anything, but it's where I get everything. And for those curious, if you are an AmiAmi shopper, they always send a monthly styling of their character Amiko. That's this month, so I think we got this for about $35 plus shipping, which isn't bad at all.
Yeah, and I think those pictures on the outside are actually the figures, so they look pretty good considering.
This is an official Square Enix product. You can always tell because they have their little hologram. Alright, so let's dig into these guys. So you might actually, if you get these online, they are blind boxes, I believe. I don't think any of the boxes actually says exactly what characters in what box.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
No, so if you do get any of these online, you will want to try, if you can, to get the actual box if you want the whole set. Because if you get a blind box, you're going to end up with one of these. You're not going to know what character's in it. And the person sending it to you is not going to know either, so
yeah, you might end up with dupes.
Keep that in mind before spending like $15-20 on these figures on eBay, because you could end up getting the...
Sorry, the cats are vying for the best spot to look at a squirrel.
And once getting everyone all peacefully exchanged, we ended up having... Milo got so much younger. Look at this. Alright, so who do we have first? You like the sound of that plastic, Stubby? Who is that, buddies? Looks like we have... Barret is first. Which is fine by me, because Barret was probably my favorite character in the remake. I loved how they worked with him. And those eyes.
He seems pretty dang popular.
Barret has to wear those sunglasses all the time to keep, to make sure he doesn't accidentally charm everyone around him. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the figure out of here real quick. Get it over here so the plastic sound's not right up in your ears.
Not looking too bad.
Yeah, for $35 for the whole set, I gotta admit, I still am, I haven't seen them all just yet. A little bit concerned about the quality, because when you get that many figures, but I mean, these figure sets used to actually be the norm. I mean, you can still get them, but they used to all be just around, $35-40 for a full box set. But as figures in games have become more mainstream and more popular, the prices have honestly gone up a lot. But granted, in some cases, so is the quality.
Yeah, I mean, the paint job on him is not the most perfect, but it's pretty dang good for how small that figure is.
I like that they actually did the gun, the barrels separately from the gun, because they were able to put a little bit more quality into the actual look of the barrels.
Yeah, they could have made that all one piece, but they didn't.
While the posing isn't quite as dynamic as I would hope, I mean, it's actually not a bad looking figure at all. I was kind of hoping they were going to go with more of their victory pose, but it seems they wanted to go with more of a idling standard stance, which is pretty cool. I mean, they'll all stand together, so they'll all be nice and subtle. It's nice to have some subtle figures over here and there. Alright, next up. Man, they did a great job of packaging these. I'll give them that. I appreciate good packaging. Alright. Looks like next up is Tifa. And Tifa came with a random...
Hockey puck?
What is that? It's like... just this random... It is like a hockey puck. It's not included. It's not her stand.
Weird.
I really have no idea what that is.
These aren't the kind that come with the instructions, are they?
They do. They have these little paper instructions here.
Oh, maybe,
But I
maybe
mean,
the hockey pucks included.
we can take a look. Alright, so there is Tifa.
I could have maybe done a better job on her face from what I could tell so far, but...
That's our instructions.
There's no hockey puck. What?
Tifa!
What is this?
That's all you get. Alright, so let's take a look.
That's actually not bad.
Yeah, I think they did okay with the face. The overall, they're very sturdily built. They look like they would be fragile, but they're not. There's the paint job is pretty good. We don't really have any. There are some seams, but I mean they put them like on the leg. It's on the standard and the side, which that could honestly be blended in like as part of her socks or stockings, whatever those things are. Good detail, and I like the little bit of gloss and shine on her glove, and the hair is pretty well done too. The seam on the top of the head, I don't know, it seems like that's something you can't really get away from with a lot of these figures.
Yeah. It still looks pretty good though.
Yeah, it does, definitely. Alrighty. So now she can go... I don't know if they'll both fit on there. Oh, look at that.
Nice. Cool.
Okay, scooting on to the next one. Are there any random plastic parts in this one? If any of you guys get this set and you end up with this random plastic thing...
I wonder if it's some sort of weight to keep people from being able to tell, by holding the box.
There's another
whether
one.
They've got Barret or not.
Either this is a very common mistake, or those things have a purpose.
I think it's a weight, so you can't tell by holding the box which one you're
You
getting.
know what? You are probably... I'm pretty certain that's gotta be it, because yeah, there are...
Barret has way more plastic, so, and he didn't have a hockey puck.
You're right. Okay. Man, that's kind of nefarious. like, we don't want you to be able to just figure out which one. I didn't even think about that. That's... Oh, hit Cloud, you're
You good, bro?
he's a little bit, he's having some separation anxiety right there. Alrighty, so we have... Let's throw his hand on here.
And his hand is part of the sword, that's funny.
So he's in his iconic pose. This is him looking up at the Shinra Tower, or in his victory pose. So, I mean, this makes a bit of sense, so. But he does have a far more dynamic pose, I think.
And the hair is actually more decent than I expected.
Considering the scale, I mean, these just for scale, these guys are pretty small. About 2 to 3 inches high. I think they actually did a great job with the detailing. The wrinkles in the pants. Good mold for those. There could be a little more detail on the pauldron.
Yeah, considering the glove, yeah, there could be.
Nice clean paint job on the sword, though. No real complaints there. His boots could probably use a little bit more detail as well, but I mean, who outside of me is looking at footwear anyway? Alrighty, so let's go ahead and add Cloud over there. You can see it's probably going to start straining. Alright, so opening box number 4. Whoops. Dropped my knife. Next up, it looks like we have Sephiroth. With more parts than... Oh no, him and Cloud share the same amount of parts.
Did Sephiroth have a hockey puck?
Sephiroth does not have a hockey puck.
I wonder if his hair makes up for the weight.
His hair is roughly the same weight as the puck.
There's a lot of it.
Alright, Sephi. Actually, let's take a look at his... He's now a ghost. He's a floating head. But they did a really good job on his hair. I'm surprised they put as much detail into the back side of it, since that would be facing his back.
Yeah, they really could have made that smooth if they wanted, but they went the extra mile.
His bangs, sideburns, are looking really good. They put it. I like the dark colors they threw into the back to make the silver more pronounced. All right. He does have a sword, which I left in the bag. Let me grab that.
Oh, he's also got that trench coat that might make up for some of the weight, too.
Yeah, the body is actually quite heavy. Before I throw that on, we'll take a closer look. They included all the little details in his new coat design. Look like the belt buckle's a little bit rough, but I mean, it is tiny. We're talking about super, super small, so.
Yeah, Barrett's dog tags are a little rough, too.
I actually like that they did include the belt, the soldier belt, that he and Cloud and Zack and all of them share, because that's kind of the soldier staple. I think that's a little detail with Sephiroth that's always overlooked in most cases, is that he still has those remnants of soldier. Shoulder pads look pretty good. I think they had a little more detail in them, but again, these are really small figures. The separation between the collar and the neck is actually quite nice. Little details like that I appreciate.
Without his head, his neck looks really long, but actually it looks normal.
It frames up really well. Like his chin lines up like right with the shoulder pauldrons. Looks really good, and I'm like cutting his throat with his own sword.
Details.
All right, so if I can ever get his hand in there. There you have his. Yeah, you gotta like zoom out for him because of the length of the Masamune.
It's like blurry no matter where it is. That's funny.
Oh, I'm trying to put the wrong peg.
He's just brandishing this ridiculous toothpick.
Yeah, I mean, if you looked at it from
Because
our point of view, it pretty much is a giant toothpick at this point.
Because the camera's making it look round at the end, because it won't focus.
So he's not a part of the main gang. So he can sit on his own. He's in isolation because he's most likely to be the one to cause problems. So besides, even with his sword, if we put him on there, I would have to like move it to the center of the table just to get clearance for that sword.
So this either has to be.
This has
Aerith?
one choice. This is Aerith.
That's it. Oh right. Okay.
This is our last figure, number 5.
Where's Wedge at? Leaving it, my boy.
They're like no avalanche outside of Barret. She does come with a puck. It's funny, you open these up and it's like, wait.
Guess we could be looking at this since there's no cat present at the moment.
Milo's over there having a nice little nap. Enjoying the battle music in his sleep.
This is jam.
We should get him a little cloud wig so he can fight.
Well, let's see.
Alrighty, and here we have what is now arguably the best girl. I really like the voice actress for Aerith. I think did an excellent job. I really enjoyed her work. I think she really made Aerith into a much more entertaining and enjoyable character overall.
The camera doesn't want to cooperate.
Very nice detail. Her ponytail is actually separate from her. She does come with her basic rod. Oh man, that is a really tiny arm though. She's so spindly.
Oh. Yeah, it does do a scary amount of wiggling.
There's probably a quarter of the amount of plastic in her as what's in Barret.
Yeah, that's why they need those weights.
Alrighty, so we finally got her hand attached. It's a very small amount of plastic that goes into her arm, and her arm's tiny, so some of you might need a little bit of glue in there. I'm thinking I might do a dab of glue just to attach it better because it's pretty flimsy, and the rod does kind of go a little bit outward away from her, so that's going to be a part to keep in your mind. It's going to be you'll want a little bit of caution with that. As you guys can see, we had a behemoth come and try to pick a fight, but then he just took a nap, so we're going to go ahead and get everyone here lined up.
He managed to walk over all of them and didn't knock any of them over. He's such a good boy.
So there you have it, everyone. We have the whole party's here to fight against Sephiroth and his summoned behemoth. Although that probably puts everyone in Sephiroth's court now, so... Alright, there you have it, guys. This has been the unboxing for the Final Fantasy VII Remake Trading Arts 5 of 5. This is the full box. If you get the box set, as you can see, you will get all 5 of them. That is probably a better bet than trying your luck with them, buying multiple ones, because you're probably going to pay a minimum of like $10, I think is what people would probably charge at a low point for these guys. And you get 5 of them for like $35-40.
Oh, you kicked him.
So you might as well just buy the box set unless you just really have your heart set on one, but with the blind risk, it's very likely it could get pricey for you. So alrighty, if you guys are thinking about this set, hope this helped you out. If you just like cats and you're here for them, then hope this helped you out. We'll see you on the next one. We love you guys, and remember, if you're new to the channel, like, subs, all that stuff is appreciated. If you guys want to hang out with us, we do have a Twitch at Kittybit Games over on Twitch. And what we do ask for around here, though, is if it's within your means, consider adopting or rescuing an animal. ASPCA.org, petfinder.com. You can also Google your local animal rescue and adoption centers near you. If you can't bring an animal home with you due to allergies, living conditions, what have you, there's other ways you can help out those animals in need.
You can also go volunteer and still spend time with the guys, or you can donate money, old blankets, clothes, sheets, office supplies. They need all kinds of stuff. Google your local shelters, see what they need. You probably got something they could use.
Yep, so if you got love to give, love to show, there's plenty of ways to give it, plenty of ways to show it, and unfortunately, there's plenty of animals out there who could use that love. So, like Avalanche, consider your environment, consider the creatures of the planet, and adopt, don't shop. Show those guys your love. We love you guys. We'll see you on the next one.
You were putting Aerith by Sephiroth. I didn't know where you were going
Oh.
with that.
Yeah,
Bye,
that's
guys.
probably best.
Goodbye, Steppy.